According to this professor, Ghana is too important in the black history. I am going to be sharing the videos why he said this, and also as you're watching, do well to like the video, share and subscribe.
Hello toilet.
I am here.
Open the lid.
Cover opening.
Close the lid.
Cover closing.
Oh my god, does it flush as well? So you can say flush. What instructions can you give?
Hello toilet.
I am here.
Open the lid.
Cover opening.
Full flesh.
No!
Listen, if you are not from Ghana, I know you are probably going to doubt me if I tell you that we've had this since 2008.
You don't know.
So I'll just go ahead and show it to you. And our own, you don't even have to speak to it. You clap and to do whatever you want it to do.
I'm telling you.
Even whilst you are on the WC, it will give you instructions on what to do.
You get it?
After you are done. And mind you, this was in 2008 by Safo Kantanka.
Na Safo Kantanka nsan no adwuma no bini. We ye Kantanka automatic WC unit. Me pa ucho. En ha ho se wo be flash se wi a ebiom kai se wo de won sa be hye sink no ase awro won sa ho ehia se wo de bribi be pepa won sa fa won sa hye dryer no ase na won sa ho be wo mere san kai wo biom se ode ne hu na Safo Kantanka na oyoye me da ase
Ujamia na wajadi o afem tanse dinam se dabi masama la foforo afa de we no semena mpo se semena obi mfa no so nkoka enti no oko ba bi so wi WC no tena so na bo nsem pa na fiase me de bibia sem enti onya bo nsem ape yo na no so.
The first ever black professor in the world is a Ghanaian. The first ever scholar from black race is a Ghanaian. A young man that studied law, medicine, logic, metaphysics, physiology, philosophy. Why do you think he wrote as a thesis or what they call dissertation at that time? You know, why do you think he chose the topic? The absence of sensation in the faculty of sense in the human mind and their presence in the organic and living body. Think about this. Why did you think he wrote about that? He chose that topic. It was a deliberate act. He was driving narrative. It was 1734 after his graduation. His defense was on that topic. Why do you think he wrote on that? This is a red gem, for crying out loud. Where is the project? We demand the project works of that man. We demand for professors project work. So if you are with me, please type let's go. Share this, let it get to the authorities. Please, Africans must wake up and we must demand what belongs to us. Nigeria just demanded for their sculptures that were taken from during the slave trade and it was returned to Benin Kingdom. And we are talking about intellectual property that will change the entire human race, that will change the entire human, not black race, the entire human race and reasoning and thinking. And we are not asking for it. We demand for those things to be brought to us. Because we blacks, we don't know how to cherish our own. We don't know how to build on what we have. We allow people to tell us our history, and it is an error. A black man from Ghana, from Nzima, western region of Ghana, to have achieved this much, and we do not even know or hear about him that much. United Nations should be supposed to be listening to the speech given by philosophers of Ghana and with regards to this man. Not only philosophers of Ghana, philosophers of every other African nation, using the project work, building on the project work of Professor Anton Amo. This is a man that existed in 1703 to about 1746 when he returned back to Ghana. That is in the archive of top scholars in the world. That his name is supposed to be mentioned when Aristotle, Socrates, and the rest are mentioned. I'm talking about Anton Williams Amo. He was born in 1703. Was snatched from the love of his parents at the age of 5 or thereabout, and was into this transatlantic slave trade thing. And when God wants to ordain a man, like how God wanted to use Moses to liberate the children of Israel from Egypt, was carried by those transatlantic slave traders, Dutch West Indies, and was given as a gift to the Duke of Bridgeway, where this young man found favor. He found favor, and they took him in as a child, and decided not to use him as a slave, but to make him be seen as a human being, because at that time, let me tell you, blacks were not seen as human beings. Their grandfathers, they were still selling their own. They were, even you that was selling, they didn't even see you as a human being. That is what Anton Amo went to discover when he got to Germany. And at that time, he started fighting for the rights and the privileges of the blacks to be given to the blacks. About 1727 to 1734, that period. That's hence his thesis in his prelims university project work, that he said that the topic, his title was "Blacks Have No Rights in Europe." He spoke in 6 different languages. He spoke Greek, he spoke Latin, he spoke German, he spoke French, he spoke English, and the German spoke the High and the Low German. This guy was a genius. He's not a regular child. He wasn't a regular child. That's why he was loved by the dukes. The black diamond, he was the black star, the real black star we are talking about. Why do you think Ghana adopted black star? The real black star. In the midst of all the white, he was shining. In the midst of all the white, he was a professor. In the midst of all the white, he was a lecturer. In the midst of all the white, he was a leader. He was a philosopher of high repute. Please, the president of Ghana, I plead with you, continue what Kwame Nkrumah wanted to do, because Kwame Nkrumah wanted to raise a foundation in the name of Professor Amo, and unfortunately, he could not do it. Please, I beg of you. It is a diamond, a diamond that we need. We need those project works. We need our philosophers. Let there be affiliation. The University of Ghana, Legon, and the University of Halle, Germany. The University of Wittenberg, Ghana, and Germany. We need it badly. Sir, we need it badly. The ancestral spirit is back. I'm telling you the truth. We need this project work. I'm not angry for nothing.
Thank you, my brother.
When I was reading the project, when I was having research on this, I was reading this thing and I was getting angry because at the point they would tell me limited information. When I go to some point, he went limited information. Where are the project work of this man?
What I was trying to tell them,
you're gonna be sold again. Who you think sold you first?
That and what job you gonna work?
Homie, listen,
they don't got the damn jobs for their own people.
Do you see how they look at you here now?
Yeah.
When you go over there, it's gonna be 10 times as worse.
Yeah, they be clowning me. I went over there.
Your body and your immune system cannot withstand the bacteria and the disease that Africa holds. You have a white boy.
Africa.
You have a white boy immune system. You're gonna go over there and catch every kind of disease they got.
I remember when I went to Ghana, it was hard for me to breathe at first.
Come on, homie. Why everybody go to get sick?
There's a whole bunch of poor people on the damn streets outside, like how this building is right here. You're gonna see a bunch of motherfuckers with shit on top of their head selling shit and selling fruits and nuts and all that.
Listen,
so I'm like, so what makes you think if 1 million of us go over there, we gonna get hired before they do?
Anywhere you go.
You know, it's kind of funny when you see videos like this on the internet and these people are just talking down on Africa and Ghana and all of that. And you know, this guy on the left, I know he's a trash talker. So for him, I don't even expect anything better from him. But then for the guy on the right, when I went to his page, he seemed like a responsible guy. And the same Ghana that he came, I was claiming that he couldn't breathe over here. As if in Ghana, we walk around with oxygen tanks. This was the guy. You look like you were having the time of your life. In the caption, you said you were creating a travel group with your brother to come to Ghana next time. So if you couldn't breathe in Ghana, why will you come here again?
Why?
The only difference between you and the people from 400 years ago is that the shackles is in your mind.
I'm telling you.
I mean, the mindset is there. So whatever you do, this is how they'll take.
Guys, I love dwelling on the positivity of what is happening in a country. And for those African Americans that said that thing about Ghana, you could literally see that he also visited Ghana and he was enjoying. See, Ghana has a lot of history. It holds the history that the whole world needs to learn and know about. But for those that will go about sabotaging the country, I am sorry for you, because you cannot erase the history of Ghana. There is nothing you say that can affect Ghana's, economy or the people over there. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video.